welcome back to Meet the Experts. Where are we in the world today, Casey Pacheco? Let's go, let's go. We are in Alaska. Come with me. We're going to meet Jen Crow. She is one of the co-founders of Modern Nurse Festival, and she is also the creator of Nurses for Nurses. So come on, let's meet her. Welcome, welcome.
Hello. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm so happy to have you here. And we are visiting you in Alaska today. How's the weather?
It's cold. It's like teens. It's sunny, but sunny usually means a little bit colder because the cloud cover isn't there to keep the warmth in. But it's beautiful. The sun's kind of hitting the snow on the trees, so it's beautiful right now.
Beautiful. Well, I'm in Florida, so it's hot over here. So I love hearing it. But you guys did something really, really exciting in Alaska. Alaska was the beginning, the opening of Modern Nurse Festival. It's going around. Nurses are hearing about Modern Nurse Festival, and they might be wondering, what is this about? So I'm really happy that I have you here. We can ask all the questions. And I came prepared. I got a lot of questions to ask you. So you're ready? You ready for some rapid?
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Okay. So my first question always starts with you because I feel like the audience ought to know who you are. So just a personal question, just to pick your brains a little bit. If you had to share one piece of advice with your younger self, what advice would you share?
That is a good question off the bat. I think just keep going. Like that's my words of advice is keep your chin up, keep going. And rejection just means it's redirecting you in something different to something better.
Yes, that's good advice. If you had the power to change or transform one major aspect of healthcare, what would it be? And how do you think that will impact either the system or the people it serves?
I think we need a stronger local presence for preventative care. So like I foresee like a larger presence of like nurse practitioner run businesses that do primary care and just kind of more of an ecosystem based in the community and more local tax dollars that go to fund healthcare resources within like the state and the community. I think that's how I would approach healthcare differently, is make it more of a more local, like get the local people involved in it and have and educate like normal people on what is happening in healthcare, because there's so much like bad information that goes around the internet. So
yes, your comments line up so perfectly with our past guests. It's right spot on. We're all thinking the same thing. I had a question a little bit to dabble into your mindset. You and Emily together have embarked on such a huge undertaking where you are actually building this traveling conference all around the United States. You have to have a strong mindset to do something like it. What do you think is the mindset that usually prevents people from even taking action?
Oh, that's yeah, like that imposter mindset, like that imposter syndrome, that those voices in your brain that say you can't do this. Who are you to do this? You don't have the credentials or the education or any self-limiting belief that you've put into your mind. I think is what prevents people from taking steps forward to say, actually, like there is a way to move forward. There is a way to fulfill this dream. But it's those like self-limiting beliefs that you aren't good enough to do that.
Yes. So Coming into a little bit of the Modern Nurse Festival, where did this start from? Because we know, I've seen you on LinkedIn, and you had the Nurses for Nurses platform, which was more of a technology based, more of an online community. And now you're full blown into the real community of every community. How did this all get started?
Well, let's see. I started about 2 years ago, and I knew that I needed to do something different. I was working night shifts as a house supervisor, picking up a lot of overtime, and just really like draining myself from just being able to be around my family, do the creative things that I wanted to do. I felt oppressed by the system. Like you have all these amazing ideas that and you're talking to the decision makers that can make them a reality, and just the bureaucratic nonsense of it all just is so demoralizing almost. You do all this education, you get all this experience, and still you don't have a voice that matters. So I knew I needed to do something for myself where I could have a voice, and I could help people kind of get out of burnout and get out of these patterns of that just trickle away all your good energy. So I got online, I got onto LinkedIn, and I got in touch with Maggie Ortiz through TikTok, and she was like, well, you got to get on LinkedIn, and she gave me this huge list of people that I should get in contact with. And I think you were one of them, Casey. You were one of the first people that I've connected with. And I just started connecting and sharing my ideas about building something that helps nurses, whether it's through burnout, helps them through an entrepreneurial process, helps and is there for them, kind of this bigger system where it's nurses supporting and helping nurses, uplift them into a career path that they're actually going to like. So I started there with LinkedIn, and I put a website together. I didn't have any idea what I was doing, and just threw it out there just as a landing page to kind of be who I am. It's your first website's always way too wordy, and you're just, you have to explain everything out, and that's that imposter syndrome coming into play. These people have to know exactly how this is going to work.
Exactly. All the nitty gritty details. Yeah. Nobody cares about.
Which is so funny because I look back and, it's really, when you start something, you just kind of it's going to morph and it's going to change, and you just have to be okay with totally scrapping stuff and building fresh, So anyway, connecting with people, I met my business partner, Emily. She did Modern Nurse Fest online, which was where she got just a bunch of nurses that are doing alternative career paths, holistic medicine, endocannabinoids, any type of nursing. She kind of strung this presentation of nurses together. And it was such a cool idea because it just shows how many of us there are that are stepping away from traditional nursing. And then it also showcased everything else you can do, all of these cool things that you can do too, in a way that was authentic and genuine. And it just put it into the frame of oh, I can actually do something else too. I'm just like these people. These are normal people. And so my home state is Alaska, like we just talked about. And we just don't really have anything up here for nursing. There's really not any type of let's come together and make changes for healthcare. Let's come together and at least be a support system for each other. There's just kind of nothing. Mm-hmm. And so I got in touch with Emily and basically just kind of pitched an idea of what if we took this online thing that you did and created it into a real life situation where we have speakers come in, but then we can also do all of this other kind of fun stuff that helps promote nursing or just helps bridge the gap between traditional Western medicine and the more holistic practices. And so we just started, she immediately said yes. And we just started reaching out and started building and building and building. And we did it. It was kind of amazing. It actually happened.
No, you got nurses to go all the way to Alaska. And I think it's
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Now that you have done it, so viewers, if you have not yet seen my interview with Emily, go check it out. But this is the other half, because when I interviewed Emily, you guys hadn't done it. Now you've done it. What type of nurses you think? Now I know it's open for every nurse in the community, but what type of nurses do you think will be really attracted to Modern Nurse Festival?
I think anybody that is looking for like a way to either pull out completely from traditional bedside nursing, or to start something off to the side where they can start making little bits of money so they don't have to pick up extra shifts. I think those nurses are going to get a ton out of Modern Nurse Fest, because we offer everything in this, like the festival. We offer like everything from like getting out of your limiting beliefs and like helping overcome that imposter syndrome, and like, yes, you can do this. And then we also help with like the resources on like how to actually like build what you want to build. So I think the nurses that are looking for something different are really gonna enjoy Modern Nurse Fest. And then also nurses that just want to learn different things. They don't want to learn more about like stroke and like how to give better patient care, because education is everywhere. This Modern Nurse Fest is there to educate the nurses on how to take care of themselves.
That is well said. Well said. And you know, I think you guys have a different energy that you're bringing to just the whole conference. It seemed very warm and intimate, where nurses are not just coming to a conference, but actually going to be building friendships and real relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. We had lots of sessions on burnout and recovering from burnout and the neurobiology of what trauma does to your brain. And it really opened a lot of eyes on how much we're all kind of struggling with PTSD from bedside nursing. And there's really not a lot out there to help us as like healthcare providers, like keep us in the profession, like give us the resources to help us like heal from this so that we stay in the profession. And so it was really beautiful, because there was people in the hallways, like kind of coming together and like talking about their like shared trauma, or talking about different things that they are like morally injured with through health, through their experience in corporate healthcare. And it brought nurses together. And we had nurses that came from we had like somebody came from Puerto Rico. We had somebody that came from several people came from some of the rural islands in Alaska. We had people come from like the lower 48 just to come to Modern Nurse Fest. So it wasn't like just the speakers that came, it was people that had heard about it and were like, yeah, I'm going to go to Alaska. And it's crazy. It's crazy because we have like, it doesn't really matter where you're at. It has more to, it's like, we're all living this shared experience of nursing. Like, it just seems like we all have the same complaints, but also like the same joy of like, I love being a nurse because I like taking care of people, and I want to help the community.
Yes. So now you finish Alaska, and up next, you're coming here to Florida.
Yes.
So what's your dates for Florida?
Florida is February 26th through the 28th, and it's in the Winter Park Community Center. So we're really excited. We've got the center booked out we're going to make it 3 days, so extend it out a little bit. The one that we did in Alaska, we had so much that we just like packed it in class after class after class. So we'd like to kind of spread it out a little bit, give more time in between for more of those like, more of the organic sessions where people can just kind of like enjoy each other and have those like important, moments of like connection with each other.
Yes. Now, how many people are you guys expecting at this event?
Well, the building can hold 350, so that's what we're shooting for.
Okay. So now if someone's listening in and they're like, wow, I would love to be there. I would love to be a vendor. I would love to reach out to the nurses in Florida. Do you have space for people who want to come and present or who want to be
Yep.
vendors? Do you have sponsorships? How does that work?
We have everything. So if you want to be a vendor, we definitely have space for vendors. There's double and single spaces. We have sponsorship packages if you want to be a little bit more involved, where your branding is on, in our website and in the swag bags, and if you want to do like a branded presentation, maybe you're recruiting nurses or something like that, we can put that together in a sponsorship package. But if there's anybody that has a presentation too, we're also looking for a few more speakers. So anybody that has something that they think that would be like really well aligned with Modern Nurse Fest, where we talk about again, burnout. We talk about healing from trauma. We also talk about entrepreneurial things. I'd love to have somebody there that could talk about how to like set yourself up financially. So like that sort of like anything that can align with that holistic wellness, all the holistic wellness stuff we are absolutely looking for. So yeah, we've got space for everything. So, and if you're a presenter, we've got discounts on our tables if you also want a table that way.
Awesome. Well, this is going out. So if anybody is interested, I'm putting the links below so that they can go on the website. And I know you're like a whiz at that. I wanted to talk a little bit about, this is such a beautiful thing to bring nurses together, but within their own community. You have a portion that invites the community in. You mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the rooms in the center is dedicated to the vendors. So we'll have all of the vendors in one of the rooms. That room is also open to the public to come through and walk through, enjoy the vendor hall. We'll have vendors there that are everything from like arts and crafts vendors to wellness to anybody that wants to come in and participate. So that is open to the public. And then we'll also have sessions, educational sessions that are also open to the public. And those lean into opportunities, like business opportunities. So there's, we've got people that are like if they have like a sales opportunity and you want to be a part of that, that's their time to come in and talk to you about that. At the Alaska Modern Nurse Fest, I had an IV hydration nurse practitioner sharing her business model and bringing in nurses as contractors to kind of work under her. So she shared what that could look like. So open to the public is a lot of opportunities.
Okay. I know there's a lot of IV hydration and they're always looking for nurses. So
yeah.
Maybe they'll get a little job while they're there, That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Now, I want to zoom it out a little bit and talk about big picture, because I know you guys have your sights set on not just going to the major cities in the United States, but eventually going internationally to different countries. What is the legacy that you wish to leave behind with the Modern Nurse Festival?
I think at the end of the day, we want it to be a recognized brand for nurses, and that also is a safe space, and it's a fun space, and it's there to uplift and support nurses. It's about helping you find ways to take care of yourself as a nurse. That's the legacy we want to leave behind, is that we're really trying to get into these communities and help uplift their nursing, the nursing community basically, and show them that there's a whole lot more you can do with a career in nursing. Don't give up. And there are people that are interested in changing healthcare. We just have to kind of find all our people and come together.
Yes, find our people come together. And I love that you have built the website where after they come to the Modern Nurse Festival, they can keep in touch through the website. They can be part of the community online. And now I wanted to ask about, so I know you're going and things take a little time to build momentum. But we're as nurses, so many times we kind of fall into this mindset that our employer needs to pay, our employer needs to invest in us and in our well-being. But you're opening it up, small spaces in the community for nurses, so they don't need their employers. They can come for themselves
Yeah.
as individual nurses. What
Yeah.
would you say? What would you say for the nurses who invested and came to Alaska? What would you say their response was, or their feedback was on
We
doing?
got it was so good. It was like so validating, but also like humbling because it's expensive. A trip to Alaska, first of all, is expensive, and then on top of it, the ticket price. So we were like absolutely like blown away by the responses. We've got a bunch of reviews that were just like, "Thank you so much. This was needed. I learned so much. I felt seen." I had a nurse that went. She hadn't taken her boards yet, and she went to not that Modern Nurse Fest was the one that made her pass her boards, but she went after, and she goes, "I passed my boards. I wanted you to know." And I just like as I'm entering my career, I'm thinking a lot about like what I learned at Modern Nurse Fest, and just making sure that I'm going to make good decisions so that like I can do the work I want to do for as long as possible. And so that was just like, oh, yay.
Yes,
One person, one thing, and that's all that mattered.
yes. And you know what? I was going to ask you about this because I know you guys were working a little bit with nursing students. And I was like, yes, the new nurses, the young nurses,
Yeah.
is this a space for them?
Yeah, this is what we're here for. We're here to help support them. This isn't just about how to get nurses away from the bedside. It's how to support nurses who want to stay at the bedside, and give them the tools and resources to be able to set boundaries, to prioritize their mental health and prioritize their family life and home life. And so that's the point of it, is at the end of the day, at the very, very end of it all, it's to keep nurses in the nursing practice. It just might mean like tweaking your career path.
Yes, yes. No, I have to ask this. Now there's so many different nursing conferences out there, right? But you
Yeah.
guys name it Nursing Festival. What's
Yeah.
the energy behind that?
It is very positive, very uplifting, and very fun. So we have like a little bit of a motto that's like, there's no pantsuits, and we try to keep the PowerPoints real small.
Yeah.
You come in like your yoga pants, because we've got sessions for yoga and meditation and sound healing. So it's an event where you can come and you can be yourself. You can say things without getting in trouble. You can confide in pretty much anybody there. And it's a safe space for you to come and just like enjoy yourself, have a good time, but also heal.
Yes. This is absolutely beautiful. And I think this is like a little bit even before its time. I think it's so next generation, but it's so amazing. I just went to a concert, and it was a concert and a healing experience. And it was so beautiful, but you had to kind of wrap your mind around it.
Yeah.
Now, as you go forward, and now you're telling the world about Modern Nurse Festival, right?
Yeah.
How can nurses support you?
We have an online community that's free to join. It's Nurses for Nurses. There's you should have, I believe I sent you you should have the link, Casey. If not, I can send it to you.
Okay.
That's the online space. We we'll be dropping a lot of updates and details on Modern Nurse Fest there. The website Nurses for Nurses has links over to Modern Nurse Fest. You can see all of the locations that we're going to be in 2026. And buy a ticket and come. That's how we stay in business. So we'll have deals throughout the year. Right now, we've got a buy one, get one through Christmas, I believe, for all locations. They should be all up. So buy one, get one free. So buy one, bring a friend for any location.
Yes, yes. And if you're seeing this interview, share it. Because sometimes I feel like as nurses, We just never, people would come, but they didn't hear about it. They haven't heard about it. Well, I asked all of my questions, audience. I asked all of my questions and then some. What questions do you have to ask to Jennifer? What would you like to know about Mother Nurse Festival? How would you like to play your part in being part of this amazing new initiative? And check it out. Look in the comments below. See if they're coming to your city. You might not make it here to Florida, but you could catch them when they come to your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Jennifer, thank you so much. Thank you for doing this beautiful, beautiful festival for our nurses. And thank you for coming on and sharing a little bit more details.
Thank you so much for having me, Casey.
Okay, thank you. Well, we will see you next time, audience, on Meet the Expert.